If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. This card was actually released yesterday at I think it was like 7 p.m. Eastern time, but honestly, like mentally, I'm already checked out by 4 or 5 p.m. Like doing reviews in the afternoon is just kind of like, you know. But yeah, they released this SBC. Pretty cheap card, right? 82k, not super expensive. Has a couple of good playstyles. Playstyles wise, he's got power header plus, jockey plus, bruiser plus, and the block plus. Pinged pass, long ball pass, intercept, anticipates, press, proven, slide, tackle, and relentless. The only thing that he's missing on the card is an aerial, but he still has a 96 for jumping, which could still be okay to work with. You just have to be mindful of the fact that, you know, maybe working with the initial jumping in certain situations, especially against like the Weg horse and stuff, especially if that card gets upgraded. That's mainly where the problem is going to be, right? But yeah, passing the cards in a good area, which is fantastic because he's working with those play styles, right? Which is very important, right? If you don't have like the playstyle plus versions of them, having them in general is helpful, especially long ball. Long ball is a really big one, right? Dribbling, the main thing for me is the reactions composure, which is very high, which is awesome. Defensive stats on a shadow is going to be good in the defensive department. The acceleration will be at a 94. And then for physical, he's kind of in the mid 90s area as well. So yeah, it looks like an interesting card for the most part. I think the price range is pretty cheap for him for a card that you know, looks pretty interesting for the most part. International stars. I guess this card doesn't upgrade. I think it's Footwiz that says that they do. I was already on the game, but I already got off of it, so. No, it doesn't look like it upgrades further, so it's just whatever you get is whatever you get. Cool. This is mainly a link to like some of the Al Nassr players, right? Like if you end up packing like a Ronaldo or something, like that's a pretty cool link to work with, or if you're working with some Spanish players. But people do have a lot of icons nowadays, right? Like if you did Casillas, you can get an easy link with Casillas to him because he's Spanish, right? Stuff like that. So, but yeah, we'll be trying him out in the defensive position, playing in the Elite Division. We will see how he plays. Hopefully he's a beast. Oh, this game is something else, man. Well done, well done.
Decent looking attack, this.
Does well enough there.
Could be a chance to win the game here. Alvarez. And that's a fine save, and it's still level.
Oh, that's such an important save at a vital time, and if they get a result here,
At least he gets to that. He doesn't have aerial, but
Defensively.
the challenge. Not where I meant to pass it, but it did go to the person I meant to pass it to. That's good.
1-0 here. Yusuf Fofana. This is Kroos.
Get it? There you go.
A body in the way. Oh, great work. What's next? Still can't get the shot through.
Oh, good block there.
That's how the visitors start the game. Manuel Akanji starts alongside Sergio Ramos as centre-backs. Rodrigo de Paul starts alongside...
Nice. My switch did not work there, so...
Eduardo Camavinga. Emerick Laporte. Promising looking ball.
It's a really good distribution.
Camavinga.
Oh, nice try.
That's a top stop.
That's what I mean about the people that leave on the ties. And this guy was sweaty too. It's the rats that play this game. Well, you have to be one to play this game, but you know the vibes.
Now, can he get the cross in? And it's not clear yet.
Nice. Brother, it's so hard to manually defend. Like, these guys have jockey plus and you can barely move with them. It's so bad.
They need to be better on the ball than that. Gets past really nicely.
I actually did do a tackle button there.
Ball line for a corner.
Like that.
Griezmann, this for the lead. And the goalkeeper has that and keeps it in his grasp.
Same manual defending is look at all the space. Look at the slide challenge there. There you go.
To retain possession.
God, man.
And here's how it looks for Dons. Iker Casillas begins in goal. Alessandro Bastoni.
Please tell me that's not a foul. Thank you, thank you.
Under real pressure here. Ronaldinho.
Thank you, thank you.
Chiesa. Sends it back.
I blocked the area and I still don't get it. Okay.
And tremendous individual skill. The Dons being afforded too much room. There's the chip.
Oh, we still had the clearance there. We're good.
Electronic board delivers the news. 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Thank you, thank you.
Smith. And back with Carvajal. And he clears
There we go. Good stuff.
ball moving. Opportunity to deliver the cross. Oh, it comes to nothing in the end. Really should have made more of that.
Le Grand Switch.
Toni Kroos. Sloppy in possession from the Pirates.
Well done.
Switched on and ready to intercept there. Here's the lineup for the Pirates. Iker Casillas starts in goal. Virgil van Dijk plays
My
alongside.
Mendy couldn't get him. My Laporte does. Vamos.
Well, it did look promising, but threat averted. Possession lost.
I get so happy when it actually like switches me. Okay, guys. So final verdict on the Aymeric Laporte card. So you know what, guys? A lot of the times they release like cheap SBCs for the center back position because you guys know I'm really specific with the center backs nowadays. Like I always tell you guys, like you gotta spend your millions of coins on the center backs. Like it's super important, right? I think the value of this card at 82k is incredibly fair for what he offers in game for a card that could still potentially upgrade. There's only two things that you have to be mindful of when it comes to using Laporte, because honestly, for 82k, very solid value. And it's going to be sometimes in the aerial situation because he will be able to jump, but you can tell that his jumping animation doesn't have a specific one because of the lack of aerial, right? Like it's more of like oh, I'm on the spot. So that's where I'm going to try to go for the engagement because here's the thing, right? It's not a big deal for him because he's 6'3", right? So because he lacks in that animation, he still covers a decent amount of ground when he's winning the engagements in the air, right? So it's not completely horrible to work with. But it's that, and it's also the initial acceleration working with the 6'3" height and the body type. Like sometimes that initial acceleration is a tad bit weird in certain situations, but the jockey plus compensates for it a lot, right? It's one of those types of situations. But yeah, no, defensively, I think it's a pretty solid card for the price range that you're paying for if you cannot afford the more full meta cards, which I always tell you guys you should go for when it comes to defensive positions. But yeah, this is not one of those reviews where I tell you guys, like, hey, there's this SBC for 100k. If you want to do it for sentimental value, sure, whatever. No, this card can actually defend in game. I think what's important with these center backs, honestly, is giving them high reactions, high composure, and in his case, he can pass the ball well, and he actually doesn't dribble that poorly on the ball as well. So if you work with those passing play styles, you can work with it more because he has those things. And it's also like there's certain play styles that are underrated as well, right? Like the press proven, really big for on the ball dribbling, right? Even in the center back position. But it's also relentless because a lot of this game is like just utilizing, you know, second man press and stuff. And like in certain situations, you can see that the regular one is reduces fatigue loss during play and increases fatigue recovery during halftime, right? So the fatigue loss during play, it's just really helpful in certain situations, especially if you're overcommitting that second man press a lot, right? So yeah, no, it's a nice card. I think 82k is great value for how he generally performs in game. Again, I do apologize for this review being later, but when it released during that time period, I was kind of like, ugh, you know. But yeah, a solid SBC. 82k is very fair value for how he performs in game. But you just have to be mindful of those two things when using him. But it's a good card. I think he actually performed pretty well for the most part. A lot of things compensate for a lot of things. The base playstyles are there. Like if he didn't have like base playstyles of intercept and anticipate, like it'd be cooked, right? But because he does, it makes him way more usable, especially at the price range. Like it's very, very fair for a price range for how he performs for sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.